Hello, this is Beta 8 Ben for Pixel Spank, and today I'm playing probably the best Sonic game, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
File select.
Fuck me, I've got a file. Don't wanna see that. That's too much. There is different stories. Oh shit, I forgot about this. Hero or Duck? Well, it's got to be Hero, hasn't it? Gotta check out the heroes. 1'27" above the capital city.
Alpha 2 heading due south over the city. We're en route. Everything's a go.
This is Control Tower. We have you on radar. Report cargo status of captured Hedgehog aboard. Over.
Yeah, in this story, for whatever reason, Sonic's been captured. He's in a helicopter. For whatever hilarious reason, he jumps out of a helicopter. That looked like an actual photorealistic city there, didn't it? I think it was. It was an odd time in video games. I like running better. Immediately starts to skydive. He would die because he doesn't have a parachute, but because he's got that board, he'll be fine. Helicopter movement. This game's the tits. This is the best level in the whole game, in my opinion. It's fantastic. The music, I believe, to be both excellent and probably copyrighted. Alright, here we go. Damn it, missed them. Missed all the rings. Now do a jump. Yes! Yeah. When I decided I was playing Sonic today, all I've been doing since is singing the first line of this song, which is running around at the speed of sound. It's a great song. Yes. Nailed it. Spin flip. Take out the train. And we're actually in the running section. Just save that there. I knew that was there. I know all the secrets. Omo Chow. No one cares about him. Just grab that. That's a pipe. Yep, that's a thing. Alright, I'm starting to remember how to play this now. I knew he'd be there. So, weird thing happened when I decided to play this. I saw it in my Steam library. I was like, oh, Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah, I've been meaning to do that for ages. I had a look at the first one. I was like, yeah, I'll do the second one. And then loaded it up, had it running in 4K. Game starts. It plays the video in like the OG resolution, which I believe is something like 580p. It's an odd one for Dreamcast. Yeah, then that goes, and then it was like press start to play. I was like, yeah, fine. This is weird. My controller's not working. I was like, oh shit. Was this a PC game released in the times when they didn't have controller support? I looked it up. No controller support. It did have the option for I could use like X input, but at that point I was like no, because I had the sudden realization that I own this on Gamecube as well. I have it on Dreamcast on top of that, but I'm not gonna. I can't get the Dreamcast version working. That's never gonna happen. This is a special key. It does something. Can't remember what. Yep. I just know this music will be copyrighted, and it worries me slightly. Yeah. So yeah, I have this on both. On basically everything it's been released on. Now that I think about it. Actually, no. I think this battle version got released on like PS2 and Xbox as well. What happens here is the controls reverse, so you don't know what's what. Fortunately, he does all the work for you. Messed up that immediately. You might be seeing like some metal boxes kicking around. This game had a thing where you could find like full-on Castlevania Metroid style power-ups and then go back to old levels and use them. They're sort of similar between all the characters. I specifically remember Sonic's. One of them is it allows him to do this this little roll maneuver, somersault, he calls it, even though it's clearly not, gives it fire attribute. Here we go, is the boss fight of the level. It's a truck that's inexplicably large and says gun on it. This is the game that gave us Shadow, I've just remembered. Brilliant. Oh, I've got a magnet shield. That's why the coins are coming at me like that. Oh, had a magnet shield. That's what happens when the truck gets to you. It bops you and then just very kindly stops. There's no skill to doing this right now. It's memory for if you play it a first or a second time. Little sheep. Nice little sheepy sheep. So unlike the first Sonic Adventure, this one doesn't have the like open world segments. Hub world, that's what it was. Before everything was open world, hub world. That's what we call it. I actually jumped into this game way too soon. I hit record. I didn't do any kind of audio syncing or anything, so I'll have to do that in a minute. But now we're in Chow World. Yeah, this is where you go post game. So this is that thing that I said about before, where a lot of Sonic games had this kind of Chow thing. I've now decided that's how you put that. There's kindergarten, but I think I want to go in here. Kindergarten might be where you hatch eggs. Yeah, you go in here. All you collect comes out, and if you give them to your little critters, apparently I've already got some. I think these go across save files, which is why there's so many of them here. Alright, stop petting him. I want to pick him up. Pet. I had it saying pick a minute ago. There's something very reassuring about caring Sonic, though, isn't there? Basically, I want to just give one of them, like, I want to give him the ram, and it should take on the ram's attributes. Here, eat it. See, he's now got small horns. Right, let's get out of here though, because this is confusing nonsense. I might accidentally be doing a series of Sonic games. What's it called? Is it the Egg Walker? It's something. It's not egg, but it's Bigfoot. That's what it is. So the whole shtick with the Hero and Dark modes is they're basically the same, except in Hero you get Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. In Dark you get Shadow, Rouge the cat, the bat. In fact, I got an itchy back. I'll be fine. Rouge the Bat and Eggman, and you do pretty much the same levels. Sometimes the order is changed a bit, and there's like a few differences on them, but for the most part they're the same. Like, you'll fight this boss with Shadow, and I want to say the Dark campaign is slightly harder. Christ, my shoulder blade is itching tremendously. It's right back there where you can't get. Alright, he's down. Somehow I took damage there. I don't know how. Genuinely, I don't. I attacked him. I did damage. I shouldn't have been able to be damaged. Oh, I can't get out of this weird little road of the arena onto the footpath. I think what's on these billboards? There's Planet of the Chaos, which is a reference to the first game. There's something else back there. Alright. You have to kind of aim for the like the glass of the cab. I seem to remember. It's very obtuse. Do a little roll for a battle roll in there. Alright. I think I can. Yeah, I can. Too fast. Way too fast. So whilst I was doing research on the PC version and discovered that you couldn't really use the controller, I also discovered that it's basically the same as, yeah, it's harsh. It's really harsh if you die. basically the same as this version. Like, there's no graphical difference apparently. Ah yes, that's how I need to aim for the cockpit. Key is to not pick up the rings, because as you saw, when you get hit, the rings actually scatter more around him than you, so you can't really pick them up. Get in there quick as well. You hit him, he stops doing whatever he was doing. Have a trick of the trade that. Action roll out of the way there. So depending on how I feel, ideally I'd like to do one level as each of the characters, but I don't know how possible that is. Yeah. It's not that easy. That's another thing I strongly remember, is that both of these games have surprisingly tricky boss fights right at the start. They're not that hard by any means. It's just you don't really know how to play. And it's not like it particularly teaches you. Like this homing attack, to figure out how that works, it takes some time. He's panicking. It's a weird design for a robot. It's the fact that it can fly that's odd. Like, if it can fly like that, why does it need legs? And if it has to be stood up to fire its rockets, why does it have flight capabilities? Ah, shit. Ah, shit. There we go, we got him. Very, very unsatisfying explosion. Just all round fairly unsatisfying as an experience, that boss fight, wasn't it? Yeah, all the numbers are looking good. Just check the stats.
What?
That bit between his eyes, it's off-putting. It's Shadow.
It all starts with this.
Some say that this was the turning point in the series of Sonic. When Shadow comes in, it's like Knuckles plus. And it's like, okay, now we're going to have free reign to add ludicrous numbers of characters.
Where do you think you're going with that emerald? Say something, you fake hedgehog!
Fake hedgehog. Get used to hearing him say that. He will do it a lot. Look, he teleported, moved very fast. I'm not really sure.
He's fast! Hey, it's not his speed. He must be using the Chaos Emerald to warp. Shadow. I'm the world's ultimate life.
The audio mix is terrible, isn't it? Like, not just the music to speech, but even like between lines, and thus Sonic gets thrown in prison. That's what happens. 1108, desert area, funky music, fucking Knuckles. He's the king, isn't he? That's the Master Emerald. Quite the rack, isn't it? Knuckles, always clueless.
The Master Emerald contains special powers that neutralize the energy of the Chaos Emerald. That makes it very powerful. What the?
The claw.
Look who's calling who at me. I came here following the signal from the Emerald.
I've just remembered the whole story of Knuckles in this game, I think.
Dr. Eggman.
I believe he's about to shatter said emerald, then every level, it's not like A to B running like Sonic. In Knuckles ones, they're more open, and it's more about puzzle solving. Well, not puzzle solving, exploration. A little bit, almost a little bit Banjo-Kazooie, I suppose. Maybe more Mario 64.
I did that to prevent the Master Emerald from being stolen, you idiot. If it's in pieces, I can restore it. And by the way, that's not your emerald. Doesn't matter. I'll look into it once I get back to the base.
He doesn't really give a shit, does he, Eggman? There, he thought he had, and he didn't. That's a real picture of a pyramid, there, isn't it? That's mind blowing. I never realised this. It gives the game an odd charm because they are so low resolution. Ah, Knuckles music. Knuckles' music is boss. Look, it's like he's wearing the skull. Right, so let's see. He can punch. He can do an uppercut. Yeah, he does like a 1-2 punch combo. Yeah, so the shtick is, there's those 3 things down there. I have to find the 3 bits of emerald. They'll do something when I'm close to them. Look, one's blinking already. It's out here somewhere. Yeah, he can climb shit. Like, fuck you, Breath of the Wild. This is OG climbing shit. This was when was this released? I've got the game. I've got the manual, which I'll talk about later, and the case. This was, I'm seeing 2001-ish. So let's go 2001. Yeah, on the manual, it's huge. Look at this. That was terrible, but basically, it's about 70 pages long. It's entirely in colour, and that's just it's just in English. Like, if you're not European, but basically our manuals normally come in about 8 languages: English, French, etc., German, Spanish, those sorts. But this one is all English. It's full colour. It's fucking ludicrous. Like, it tells you about like level ups and shit. That's a proper manual. That's some old school manualing, right? Ah yes, the camera controls. Do you think you used the C-stick? No, it wasn't standard. You actually used the left and right triggers. You had to hold them down. I'm getting close. I've got an extra life and I'm getting close. In fact, I'm very close. Only 2 left. Now Knuckles' power-ups, what I can remember, he can swim as a character. He gets a necklace called an air necklace, which you have to swim down a long pipe to get. He didn't stand a chance. That lets you breathe underwater indefinitely, which is pretty cool. I believe it's an optional ability as well. He gets some kind of, I think they're genuinely called dig claws. They let you dig into shit like this. It might well be down here somewhere. And that's you get that and you're guaranteed to go to the garden later. Oh, spiral upper. Alright, let's just climb up there. Yeah, he can climb up anything, I think, but he can't climb up a ceiling. So if there's like a lip, you know, like a 90-degree overhang, he can't handle it. Right, there's probably one over here as well. It's bird. Is it in here? No. There's something to those if you can break them. I think all the enemies drop like what's it called? Like specialist fuses. They look like fuses. I'll show you one of these. They drop those. If you give those to Chow, they change the stats, whereas the animals are like, they're the cooler thing to give because they make them look cool. I'm near. The real hard part is you can't really look around. No, you can't. There's no. I don't think there's any kind of first person. All right. Oh, I thought he was going to help me, but. What does this do? On a sandy path to a stone statue head. Right, maybe I just got to go higher. I know they're not like, this is the first level. They're not like difficult to find. You just how there's something to it, but I can't quite remember what. Ah. Someone under one of these. Yep. That was going to happen. What does this one say? A high place. I think I'm just. Ah. Yeah. I'm close now. I've got to kill that guy. Can't remember how. I thought flying into him would hurt him. Nope. That did it. Yeah. Right, last one. And it's... Press... Oh, right. No, he's teaching me how to glide. I thought he was being an arsehole and just teaching me how to jump. Like, I've already done one level and fought a boss and I don't know how to jump. It's near, isn't it? Do we think it's up? Have you noticed how this rap is like a full story of Knuckles and Rouge, the Bats' hatred for each other? It's great. The only thing is, I've got a strong feeling it's the same on every damn level. Did I just see it? I thought I saw it. It might have just been a fuse. I can see it. It's just flying around. But fuck me, the camera is awful. Forgot about that as a little factor.
I found him.
I always liked Knuckles levels when I was younger. It's not that they were easy, it's just that they were a bit more sort of fun in some way. I'm not sure why.
That was tough.
Maybe it's because Knuckles is just a cool character. But my genuine favourite levels were the Tails and Eggman levels. Because they're in robots. Fucking motherfucking robots. Right, need to get out of here as quickly as possible. I don't really know why they made this such an integral part of the game. I don't know if anyone was ever really fond of it. Maybe it was Sega's sort of attempt to like get in on the craze. But I think that'll do for part 1. Thanks for watching. Join me next time when I'll get to play as Tails, I suppose.